But here we go.
But here we go.
It's a secret.
All right.
I had to shorten that button down, by the way, for those of you that know the Secret Lair breakpoint. It normally starts this way.
Secret.
But if it goes over 8 seconds, we get flagged for it. So I had to make a shorter version of it, and that's what the other one is. So that's... it was gold. It was freaking awesome. And now I have to shorten it down. All right, so we have our Secret Lair. This is kind of a surprise one. Where they occasionally sneak these in here. But at the Twin Cities, what was it? The Magic Fest. They had mentioned there when they announced the Cute to Brute Commander deck that they were going to do, I think it was 4 or 5 of them the rest of the year. So that this is number 2 at this point. Yeah. So this is not going to be a only time thing. They're going to do, maybe it's
like 4 months left.
Maybe it's 4 then. Cause if you think of that was what?
So then every 2?
Yeah. So that was May.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So we'll see what they pop in here. So anyways, we have a new one that they are going to be releasing on the 10th. And this will be a limited supply of this, and it's Angels. They're just like us, but cooler and with wings. What we're going to do here is we're going to go through. So if you don't know what the breakpoint is, what we're doing is we're going to kind of go through and tell you what the price is of this, like basically comparing it to what's out there and giving you a price. And depending on how many you need to buy is your breakpoint to break even or start getting one for free. So like, for example, if the breakpoint was 3, what that means is if you bought 3 of a certain secret layer, by the time you get that third one, you'll get 1 of those free. So then if you bought 4 of them, everything's profit from that point forward. So that's what the breakpoint is. We're going to go through this. So, Lowry, why don't you kick it off with whatever we got to do here? Let's just start going through.
Whatever. I don't know. We're making this shit up as we're going. Okay. So this is the 3rd total like Secret Lair commander deck that they've come out with. First was Flip Coin. Second was Flip Card. And this one is Angels. Mono white. And I am assuming... I don't even know who the commander really is on this. I guess
these 2.
Okay, so
these 2, yep.
These 2, but they don't have. So it could be either one.
Oh yeah, but, you're right. Yep.
So you have 5 special arts like all the other previous ones that have they're foiled, and the first 2 that we'll talk about, which will probably be the commanders of the deck, is Bruna the Fading Light and Gisela the Broken Blade. They are the ones that meld together, if you so wish. The other 3 special art foils are going to be Archangel of Thune, which is the gaining life and putting a 1/1 counter on each of your creatures. You have Court of Grace, which is lacking, but that's the Monarch.
It's a good card. It just it never really took off. You know, it's not
right.
Yeah.
And then the last one is Commander's Plate, which is the one that can give your commander +3/+3 and protection from all the colors that it isn't.
Yeah.
And this is from the original Commander Legends.
Which same with Court of Grace is also from Commander Legends. So these 2.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Came from the same.
So,
okay, let's
those
break.
cards are pretty dope.
Let's break these down really quick. So,
all right.
Bruna is not as expensive. You could find these bad boys for about $12 or so. So I'm guessing with this Flart full art, we're probably looking at a $15 to $20 range. It could be more than that because using it as your commander. Gisela is the one that's this one's the money maker right there. The cheapest foil version of her, and it's not full art foil and all that, but that's $57. I'm not thinking it's going to be there. I try to add in
probably not.
Guess where I think things will settle at. I think this is probably closer to that 40 range. It could go higher than that over time. That's also a side note with these breakpoints and the numbers we're giving out here. Think of that as like a 10 to 16 month range is when things start to ripen and or mature. As soon as these get delivered, sure, a lot of people will sell at the top price right away. But as everybody starts getting them in the mail, the price goes down. and then it comes back up as over time because these are a limited time that they're being sold. So again,
and only so many people are going to buy them. People are going to pick up the singles as well, and once the market dries up, that's when it
starts to go back up.
When you're going to start getting the
main
upward trends.
Yep. Also, Archangel of Thune is a big one. Non-foil. So the cheapest one you can find of her, which is not a full art foil or full art foil, it's just
regs.
Regular is $30. So she, I'm guessing, is going to be more around that 45 range. Is where I'm guessing. Could be higher than that. That is where the foils are for a regular Archangel of Thune. Court of Grace, it's about a $10 card. You're not really gonna. It might go higher than that because it's a full art, but we're gonna say 10. Commander's Plate is also a huge one, and I love this art. This is a lot better than the original.
The stained glass version is really cool.
Yep.
Sure.
And this one non-foil again. So the cheapest version of Commander's Plate is 30 at this point. So you're looking at 40, probably about $40 for the Commander's Plate here.
The Commander's Plate was in the flip coin deck too, wasn't it? Not this art or foiled,
just
but
a regular.
It was in there.
Yep. And so with all of those, and we should add in. Let's talk about this last card, not the tokens.
You're right.
Let's talk about her because this is also
there is a new card that's coming in here. It's called Ardent Angel. It's 4/2 white, has flying, and then at the beginning of your upkeep, if it's in your graveyard, roll a 4-sided die.
Your favorite.
If the result is 1, put it from the graveyard into the battlefield.
So it's not crazy. It's just meh. But it hasn't been in. This is the first time.
First time it's being printed.
Yep.
Yeah. What's its power toughness? 4/4.
4/4.
Yeah.
4/4. So it's nothing crazy. It's 6. Like this is way overpriced and all that. So I didn't get overcosted. I didn't go crazy with this. I said it was probably around between that, it's special. So I was like, maybe 20, maybe 20, maybe. But I the rolling the 4-sided dice. Don't you like that, Lowry? Rolling the dice?
Nope. I would have to go and get a new type of dice. I do not have 4.
I don't either. Okay, so in total, with just the main special cards, and that doesn't include the display cards there. Actually, no. Let's add that in too. Display cards, $10 each. You're getting. They didn't actually say, but it's 2 of them, so it's gonna be these 2. Like that's what it is. It's the flip ones. They didn't say which ones were the ones necessarily that I saw.
What do you mean the 2 hard?
Yeah, the thicker,
like the hard thick cards.
Yeah.
So Cute to Brute, all 5 of them have display. 2 double-faced display cards.
So it'll be those 2. Yep.
Yep.
So $10 a piece. That's what I was selling the thick ones for Cute to Brute. So you're looking at $180 for just the main stuff. Now remember, this is a $150 deck. So just selling these cards, if you were looking to sell or make a profit, you already make a profit just off of selling the main guys. And really it is Commander's Plate, Archangel of Thune, and Gisela is where you make your money. I mean, that's 40, 45, 40. You're almost at that 150 mark right there. So, okay. So then we move down.
The other thing I think we should point out a little bit. So the first flip coin deck was half foil. And then the flip card one was only foil for the 5 special arts. The rest of the deck is not foil. This one is similar. So you got the 5 special art foils, and then you have 30 basic planes that will be foil. Then nothing else is foil. I'm wondering if the reason why the flip coin deck was so delayed was because of the foiling, and they decided to simplify what's going on.
That's probably a good point. Yeah.
That would be my guess.
Because I think we mentioned it before, is with that they had to do different sheets. It couldn't just be here's a sheet of just this deck. You had half and half or whatever. But the weird thing is the wording here is 31st time traditional foil planes. Yeah. So I don't know if it's his art. It's by Rob Alexander. He only has 1 planes. I can pull it up really quick just so you can see it. I don't know. This is the only planes that he has. So I don't know if that's what's happening there, but that's just speculation.
Or it's new art.
Yeah, I'm guessing maybe new art.
The other thing that I'm thinking of right now was, obviously the last deck was flip cards, so all of it was foil. It was the 5 new arts, both sides were foiled. But in the flip coin one, they were also double-sided new arts on both sides. So like, and it wasn't a flip card,
Yeah.
right? So Crux Thumb had double-sided new art for both of them, foiling. Same thing with Propaganda. The red and green partners. I don't remember the 5th one, but they were all. It was Propaganda had 2
2 different
new arts.
Yeah.
Both foiled. Both. It was so. I would put my money that that's happening here with the non-flip card ones as well. Do you think? Or would we have gotten that art? I can't remember far enough back for the flip coin ones if we got both arts.
Wait, say that again then? That you're thinking.
So the court and the Archangel of Thune potentially have new art.
Yes.
2-sided.
Yeah. Oh no, they won't be two. Oh, I see what you're saying.
So Propaganda had 2 art, both
yeah.
sides.
Yeah.
Foiling.
Cute to Brute was a flip, so no, because they would show it here.
They
I
would
would
have
assume. They would have showed
us.
it here because I'm pretty sure when we did the flip coin, you saw both arts. So I'm
that's
guessing,
what I don't remember,
Yeah.
but
I did
Okay.
as you were talking. That's why I was a little distracted. I didn't hear you the first time. I did read this is the first time. So it's more than just the 5 there. You're also getting 5 other foils, first time traditional foil reprints. None of these are expensive ones, but it says first time traditional foil reprints, Angel of Finality, Angel of Ruins, Breathkeeper's
okay.
Dawnbreaker Reclaimer, and Valkyrie. So none of those are on my above $10 list, so it's not really anything to note, but it is by Scott Fisher is going to be doing the art. So that'll be, oh, nope, that's for the other one. Sorry.
Okay.
But there's going to be 5 more foils. Not that that's a big deal because those aren't expensive cards. But what are expensive there is about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that we have that are over $10 that they added into this deck. So we are also getting Archangel of Tithes, which is a $15 card. These are gonna be normal. None of these are in foil. We have Sarah Ascendant, which is an expensive card at this point. It's a commander staple. I mean, it's freaking a killer because 1 drop. 4 is it 5+5? I think it's 5+ or 4+.
Yeah, it turns
5.
into like a 5/5 or 6/6.
Yeah,
It's stupid.
flying lifelink. So that's a $20 card. You have Pearl Medallion that did just get reprint in the Commander Masters. If it hadn't been printed there, that would be a lot more expensive card.
Yeah,
at the
true.
moment, it's $12. Urza's Incubator is also a $20 card. Amiria, the Sky Ruin, is $15. And Nykthos Shrine to Nyx. That's a huge reprint there. That's a $31 card. So you're getting $113 in just those cards in regular printing. That's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
For those. And then you have about $40 of $5 to $10 cards, and then about $40 to $60 of cards around $1 to $5. So value wise, I guess we should add one more thing. There is 10 double-sided or double-faced tokens, but those are in non-foil, so I don't think you're gonna get too much with those.
It's regular.
Yeah, they're regular, double-sided, and there's another. Hang on, let me get down to it. There is all of them. So you do get the City's Blessing, the Angel, the different Angel arts, a Griffin, Spirit. I thought there was one more. Oh, yeah, they each have a. So yeah, Johnny's Primate, a Warrior token. What else we got? Soldier token. But the thing is you get these in a lot of the double-sided tokens like that are just in like any other product. So, I mean, I guess if the art's different, but they're not foil. So I don't really add a lot of value there. But, okay. So that's everything. Now I totaled everything up. So we have $180 worth of stuff from the main, the main cards, the cool new art, flip side stuff. You have about $40 in the lands, the tokens, And I don't know. I think 40's probably pushing it a little bit, because unless you sold all those lands as a bunch, that's what I was kind of thinking about. So that's probably pushing a little bit, but the cards that are between $1 or $10 or more, that's 113. 5 to 10 is 40, and like I mentioned there, that's 193, which is the grand total, gives you $413. That's before shipping, that's before fees, but that does give you a breakpoint of 2. So like, let me get my calculator out right now, because I could do the
I mean, basically you're saying sit down, if you buy 2, you can sell 1, and you're going to make money from buying the 2.
Yeah.
Technically, like if you're able to move everything.
Well, so here we go.
The question is how aggressive are you on it? If you're doing that, I think you need to come in with like a game plan and make sure that you're doing it. Do you have an eBay going on? Like
TCG.
I'm active in my trades and stuff like that. So like, how active are you in trading? What you're doing here is value, not necessarily money in pocket either.
Right.
So it depends on how aggressive you are.
I think we've mentioned this before too, is a really good avenue of doing stuff is you get these commander decks, you sell the big guys. Yeah, that's where you make your money. But how do you get rid of the little stuff? How do you make money off of that? Like Lowry just mentioned, the trading it. Cardsphere is a great place to trade those away. Problem is with Cardsphere, with these in particular, is they pull from Goldfish or whatever, and Goldfish doesn't recognize these like the cards that are in the 99. So these right here, they don't recognize that these are list cards. So you can't put them on Cardsphere to get rid of at this point. But it's been a few months since I checked, so I should check that again. Card Kingdom does. So that is a place that I've dumped a lot of the coin flip stuff. That is a place where
or credit or cash.
Right. So that's all the stuff that's under $10. Everything over $10 I try to sell on eBay. Everything under 10 I try to trade away either Cardsphere or Card Kingdom. So those are a couple avenues of getting rid of stuff. You could do TCG at that point too. TCG will have these after a few weeks on there, because they'll just have them as list stuff. So the big thing here is, Lowry, does this even interest you? Like we are kind of pre-cast talking about this. You have a breakpoint of 2. I think this is the most valued deck that we've had with the Secret Lair stuff at this point. But does this even does this interest you at all? I mean, we got a lot of value there.
We do. So one of the things that I've been running into is, so I'm going to say, to answer the question, kind of, because of the value, but my problem is like, there are cards that I definitely like in here, but if I'm using them, I have them.
Right.
And so, oh, good for you. I have enough of these cards.
I wasn't on the page to do it. I'll do it anyways.
For you. But if I'm interested in, it's going to be the alt art cards.
Right.
And again, those aren't ones that I'm using. I don't have an angel deck. So if you have an angel deck, I can see you wanting this.
Ibukaki just said that he has this angel deck. So there you go.
Right. He might be mad that he's already spent the money to build it.
But now you upgrade it. You bling it out.
Now you're upgrading the art, but I don't know how much he's going to care about that. So, so my problem ends up going is like, do I want to spend $150? If I want to flip it and be aggressive, like we were just discussing, then yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a no-brainer, but I don't want to sit down. I just don't want to do that.
Well,
I already have so many trades that I'm trying to send away. It takes me a week to like put up half my trades on Card Kingdom and see if I want to send them or not. Like I'm in that process right now. And so like adding more inventory for me into my trades, because I don't sell on
that's
eBay.
What I was about to say is full disclosure is you don't sell, you trade everything or buy list things away.
And my problem ends up being like, you got to know your weaknesses. And I know that I'll trade up into cards that I want that are expensive. And if I get a few of them or they do a reprint, then I'm like, okay, I'm too stingy to want to trade them.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it's like a doubling season, I have it in my trades, but I don't want to send it to Card Kingdom and I don't want to trade it away. Like, and so it's just going to sit there until it's getting reprinted, you know, and then it'll
Twice.
lose value. And it's like, I'm an idiot, but it's really hard for me to want to sell the bigger priced ones.
Yep.
And that's just my own fault. Like, and so when I'm looking at this stuff, I'll probably want to keep the expensive stuff that I know that I can move.
Mm-hmm.
And I know everything else is going to be tedious and kind of work for me. Like it just goes into the whole thing, which I already have enough of.
Yeah.
And so, that's what it feels like with pre-cons in general right now, because they're doing so many pre-cons that you're kind of losing value on those normal cards that it used to be 4 pre-cons a year. Now it's like 10.
At least
10 plus.
Yeah,
Right.
That's at least 2%, and then you get
Right.
these 4 here and 4 from the Lord of the Rings. So there's 8, and that's
We had, and
2
then we had
months.
4 from New Fire X or the March of the Machines.
Yeah.
So we've had 12 in the last like 4 months.
Yeah,
And plus this, plus Cute to Brute. So we're at 14 in under half a year right now.
but I wouldn't consider these pre-cons because they keep the like these I feel have a lot more value. Like there's more stuff in this. They don't.
But then we go into it as well. Like I agree, the value's there. You're at least breaking even, and plus you have stuff that you know that you can trade or sell or whatever. For me, like I got the flip coin, I got the flip card one, and both of them are, when I got them, I'm like, I only wanted the 5
The cards, the
special
yeah.
arts foiled. After that, I didn't care.
right.
And I'm just sitting there going like, oh man, I just spent a bunch of money. I could flip some of this stuff in the trades, maybe. But it feels like it's
You're adding work.
overpriced for what I'm wanting to do.
It's adding work into what you're wanting to do. Like you're getting the 5, but then you're having to work at getting rid of or sort the rest of the stuff that you weren't wanting to buy necessarily.
And so then the other tweak is like, just in general, like if you enjoyed and needed to get Commander Masters and the Masters, Double Masters last year, or Dominaria Remastered, these are all great sets to buy into and get if you don't have the cards.
Right.
Or if you're really into the arts.
Right.
And that's kind of what this is about, is like, can I hold off on getting these arts? Mainly because I don't play with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the flip cards, I love the art. I love this art, but I don't want to pay $150 for that stuff either. I am much happier with the secret layers that come in 4 or 5 for $30 to $40.
Right.
Much happier with them. I'm using them. I see them a lot. Like I'm picking what I'm buying. So I much more enjoy that premium product over this. And for me, I'm probably just going to skip this because it feels like a waste
For what you're doing.
for what I'm doing.
Right.
But again, if you want an angel deck and you haven't started yet, definitely get this. Right.
And if you're financially looking to make some money, I would say
if you're going to be aggressive on that, I think that's a great avenue as well. And so it's like, if you have always wanted to build a sliver deck, but you didn't want to start from ground zero, go and buy that goddamn deck. It's going to be awesome for you, even at $120 or whatever it's at. But again, like coming back to me and you, we kind of have all the cards that aren't new. We've been around. Again, we've been playing Commander we've been doing this damn podcast for 5.5 years, much less playing Commander for 15 at this point, probably. Whenever it started, the year before we were
right. The year before that. Yep.
right.
And
And we've been playing Magic since we were kids.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And we got back into it around Lorwyn. And that's like 06. So
Mamba.
I don't know. This ain't.
Jamba is asking what would be the right commander for this deck.
I think it's the reanimate one, Gisela. No, Bruna, I'd say.
Cast a spell, you may return target angel. Yeah, probably. Well, at the beginning, you're up. Yeah, because this is just straight up attack. Like,
Right. I think Gisela's expensive because it's super efficient and really aggressive.
mhm.
But
For
Bruna's reanimating your angels as you're playing.
Yeah, if you're playing an angel deck, this is the one you want to go with. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so that is your point's very valid with everything, and I agree with what you're saying. My part of it was just if you're looking for value alone, the commander decks have one of the best value you can get. If you're selling, like that's totally see what you're saying is like this, you get it and it's going into your inventory, and now it's like, okay, I have all these other cards because you're not getting two of them. You're just getting the one. You don't normally get double of things typically unless you're using them in multiple decks. So then you're just like, okay, what do I? It's like what we do with the commander precons. It's like, oh my gosh, I have all these cards I already have that I don't use in decks that I already have bulk of. What do I do with all these? And it's more work for you, for somebody that's just wanting a couple cards out of this. And it's too many. You're getting too many cards. Now,
too many.
Now, for if you're trying to sell this is probably one of the better things to buy. Like this is out of the Secret Lair stuff. Besides ones where you get, cards that are supposed to be hundreds of dollars, where you get an Atraxa in it and all that stuff. I mean, you just think the main guys in this, the main five, gets you basically to 180, so it gets you over what you're paying for the entire thing. Problem is, it's $150, so that's more than triple of what a normal Secret Lair is. So you just have to be able to know where your limits are, how much time you have. Do you really have the time to list all these other cards? Like I mentioned, there's 7 other cards that are over $10, and then you have 8 cards that are between 5 and 10. Do you have that much time to do all that? If you don't, then it might not be worth it for you. And like you mentioned too, if you're making an angel deck or you want to make an angel deck, here's your opportunity. It's already built for you. It's already pimped out. But financially wise, if you do want to put in the time and all that, this is fantastic. A very good buy. There's a lot of cards that are expensive, which is unlike, not the other ones had expensive cards, but not as many and not as high priced for the other non-special cards.
And with like Shrine of Nykthos,
that's a huge one,
and Archangel of Thune, like you have some big hitters in here. I think this is what people expected Commander Masters to be like, where you had some really big hitters and they just kind of missed.
For the commander decks, you're saying?
For the commander decks, yep. And so maybe, when they're doing it, they're like, oh, that's that $80 price range. And so it's almost like they're getting 3 tiers at this point. You got your standard set, maybe 4 tiers. Standard set precons that are pretty mediocre. Not awful if you're brand new to the game, but they're mediocre. Then you have your 4 where they're going to put more new cards in there that once a year. That was from March of the Machines. Those are enjoyable, but they're kind of diminished from the standard set precons.
Yeah.
And then you have your Masters, Dominaria, those. And I don't know where those are at because they're brand new, but they're definitely top tier, but they're just a lot of reprints still. And now you got these Secret Lairs, which is the premium. They're expecting $150 from this. You get a few new arts, apparently 1 card out of 3 decks that is new. And so there's at least tiers into getting quality cards. And the question ends up is like, they need to figure out where they're going to make the most money. That's what they care about. That's what they're trying to do.
Right.
And so for me, I much more, at least with the flip deck, there were those random cards that were foil, like Fabricate or Swiftfoot Boots. I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll add that into my collection at least.
That and Lightning Greaves is foil as well in there. And those, I just took out all my other Lightning Greaves, the regular ones, and sent those, and I kept all the foil ones. Yeah, I did like that as well. But
so with this not having the foils, there's only 5 cards that are an art/premium upgrade for me here.
Right. But
I think that is lacking when they're not doing the foils for half the deck.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be all foils, but like half the deck.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they did with Flip Coin.
Yeah. Okay. So really quick, we'll wrap this up and we'll get to our last two segments. I do want to mention that, okay, again, it was a breakpoint too. So technically, you know, the value there was $413. I did minus, if you do 15%, that's minus $62. So you're actually looking at, that's eBay stuff. So you're looking at $350. So that's still a breakpoint of 2. Plus you got to add shipping and stuff in there. So that just depends on how you do that. But what I did want to mention was it is a limited quantity. And so it will go on sale August 10th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So that is 11 a.m. for us. And it is limited print running like the last one. The last one, Acute to Brute, everybody was worried that it was going to get sold out within, minutes. That lasted at least a week, I believe, and then it kind of either they took it down or it actually did sell out. This one has more value, I think. And there is an additional thing here. I don't get this part, but it says, in addition, you'll be able to purchase the special Secret Lair 7 in Heaven bundle for $320, which will include the Secret Lair that's currently going. It has this deck, the Goblin foil and non-foil, the Bad to the Bones foil and non-foil, and then the Artist Series Ryan Alexander Lee foil and non-foil. So they added a little thing in there to get you to buy some of the current Secret Lair, but not all of them. Notice the Lord of the Rings is not in there, which is interesting. Still,
I guess that was smart of them.
The worst fucking Secret Lair drop ever.
You should toss that in for free.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the funny thing, though, is that
that's the hidden. That's the bonus card, which would still be shit.
yeah. So here's the thought that I don't. Did this come out? This came out yesterday, right?
The news of it, yeah.
Yeah, and so this came out on Sunday. It's Monday now. I believe I was charged on my credit card for the Secret Lair that I had already purchased, which is Goblin Squablin and Bad to the Bone, I believe. And so
cancel yours, and
they
then
charged it today, though.
Yeah, but they can refund you, I believe.
Again, all right. I mean, it just seems like weird timing that they would do that and then do this deal.
Yeah.
And so I feel like you at least wait a,
But you're getting foil non-foil, so I don't even know if I
wasn't going to do this anyway.
Yeah.
But I got what I want. I'm happy with it. So
all right. So that is the Secret Lair. Let's see if I can get that